What's up, Mavletic lovers and listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Maverick Postgame. We hope some of you got to see some of our athletics this past week. If not, don't worry, because today we got another full show for you today as men's basketball cinch a victory with 12 seconds remaining.
And women's basketball have a victory that places them as RMAC leaders.
Plus, baseball has a tough loss in the final 2 innings.
And softball walks off with 2 Mercy Rule wins.
All of that and so much more as we move ahead into this recap-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. So with that being said, I'm your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I'm Isaac Klein.
Let's dive into all the game-breaking stats, off-the-wall wins, heartbreaking losses, and in-depth analysis of our CMU athletics. Roll it!
Hello everyone, once again, I'm Isaac Klein.
And I'm Grace Metcalf. Let's hop right in and take a look at all the Mavtastic action that took place this week here at CMU. The Colorado Mesa men's basketball, Trevor Baskin, came away with a key steal with 12 seconds left and successfully iced the game at the free throw line as Colorado Mesa survived a tough test from CSU Pueblo, but came away with an 82-80 win. The Mavericks withstood a well-played game from a CSU Pueblo team currently fighting for its postseason lives in the RMAC. The game featured 6 ties and 11 lead changes, 9 of which came in the second half. Colorado Mesa got off to a hot start, climbing out to a 13-6 lead in the game's first 4.5 minutes. The Mavs held the lead for nearly the entire first half, but never led by more than 7 points. A mini 5-0 run for CSU Pueblo comprised of a Deshaun Cooper dunk and a 3-point play by Micaiah Morris gave the Pack their first lead of the game at 39-38 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first half. But CMU took the lead back immediately on a Michael McCurry 3-pointer and led at halftime, 45-41. Baskin, who is making a habit of monster second-half performances, scored 13 of his 17 points after the break to go back and forth with the Thunderwolves. Baskin went on a personal 5-0 run, netting a layup inside with 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining, and then draining a cold-blooded 3-pointer with a hand in his face to put the Mavs up by 3, 76-73. With 2 minutes and 8 seconds left to play in the game. From then on, CSU Pueblo sent Mesa to the line, and the Mavs didn't miss. Speller and Michael McCurry each went 2 for 2 from the line on initial 1-and-1 opportunities, but the Thunderwolves hit foul shots on the other end to keep it at a 3-point game, 80-77. CMU with 12 seconds to go. Out of a timeout, the Thunderwolves attempted to inbound, but Brevin Walters' pass was picked off by Baskin, who dribbled across half court before being fouled. Baskin hit both free throws to give the Mavs a 5-point lead, part of his overall 6-for-6 performance from the free throw line. The Thunderwolves missed 1-pointer from Walter, but Micaiah Morris got an offensive rebound, dribbled out to the corner, and drilled a 3 as time expired to ensure the final 2-point margin of victory, CMU's closest of the 2023-2024 season. As a team, the Mavericks were outshot by the Thunderwolves from both the field 46% to 44% and from behind the arc 38% to 30%. But this Maverick team, which has seemingly forgotten how to miss a free throw, put in another phenomenal performance from the stripe, going 21 for 22 from the line and failing to falter to the second half by going a perfect 14 for 14.
The Colorado Mesa women's basketball team's defense pulled the team to a 62-47 victory over CSU Pueblo. As a result, the Mavericks are right where they want to be, tied for first place in the RMAC entering the final week of the regular season. Colorado Mesa Regis, Adams State, and CU Colorado Springs are all 16-4 in the RMAC, with the Mavs owning the best overall record at 22-5. The Thunderwolves' 6'1" forward scored 16 of her 20 points in the first half, and was held to only 4 shots in the second half, missing all four of her 4 second-half points came from the free throw line. The national leader is in double-doubles, had 16 rebounds and blocked 4 shots. Her counterpart, Olivia Reed, scored 8 of her 14 points in the second half, including a dagger three-pointer with 1 minute and 17 seconds left to play, to put the game out of reach 60-47. She had plenty of support with Sophie Haddad hitting 4 of 6 attempts from the three-point line for 12 points. Mason Rowland added 10, and Josie Stedman buried a trio of threes for 9 points. Nearly every time the Thunderwolves pulled within striking distance, the Mavericks came up with a big shot. They hit 11 of 23 attempts from the three-point line. One of those was by Kylie Kravig early in the fourth quarter to put the Mavericks up 7, 51-44. The junior point guard finished with 7 points and 6 assists defensively. Besides the job they did denying Little the ball in the second half, the Mavericks allowed CSU Pueblo to shoot 34% from the field and make only 3 of 15 three-pointers, only 20%. They held the Thunderwolves scoreless for a crucial 6-minute stretch early in the fourth quarter to turn a 4-point advantage into a 13-point lead. They forced 17 turnovers and came up with 8 steals, 3 by Rowland and Laura Gutierrez. As a team, the Mavericks dominated in statistics, having higher field percentage goal with 42.6% to their 34%, 3-point field goals at 47.8% to 20%, and free throw percentage 83.3% to their 80%. The Lady Mavs were also able to have more steals at 8-7.
The number 12 Colorado Mesa baseball team surrendered 7 runs in the final 2 innings to fall 13-7 to the number 19 Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks in the series finale. The 2 teams were tied at 6-6 heading to the 8th inning. Northwest Nazarene scored 3 in the 8th and 4 in the 9th to take a 13-6 lead. Colorado Mesa fought back and didn't go quietly in the 9th. Paul Schoenfield led off the bottom half of the inning with a triple to center field before being lifted for a pinch runner to Brent Renteria. He would come around on an RBI groundout by Ethan Azor. Rob Sherrar stepped to the plate and doubled down the left field line, followed by an Ethan Nunez single through the left side, but they would both be stranded when the final out was recorded. Schoenfeld swung a hot bat and wound up with the cycle in his return to the lineup. Prior to his triple in the 9th, he had a single in the 3rd, homered in the 5th, and doubled in the 6th. As a team, the Mavericks fell short in stats, recording 4 errors while the Nighthawks had 0. The Mavs were able to record a decent amount of hits, 13 to their 16. The Mavs also managed to tie in stolen bases, but the Mavs did record more home runs 2-1.
6 Colorado Mesa University softball Mavericks hit home runs as newcomers Chloe Valdez and Kaylin Parsons delivered walk-off shots to implement the mercy rule in the Mavs' 14-4 and 10-1 Sunday Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference wins over the visiting Colorado School of Mines or Diggers. In Game 2 of the day, it started off defensive before Fugit hit a 3-run homer to break the deadlock in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Orediggers then managed to get an RBI walk from Chivatal in the top of the 4th, but left the bases loaded as they trailed 4-1 through 3.5 innings. Pruitt then took advantage of hitting a 2-out, 2-run homer in the bottom of the 4th before the Mavs quickly implemented the mercy rule in the bottom of the 5th as Arrieta drew a walk before Fugit and Dissler singled. Following a strikeout, Aragon then drew a 4-pitch RBI walk to make the score 7-1, while setting the table for Parsons' walk-off grand slam, CMU's first grand slam of the season. The freshman Gilbert, Arizona, now has 2 home runs this season. Kristen Zagala picked up the win for the Mavs, going 4 innings while just giving up 3 hits while getting herself out of the 4th inning jam that proved invaluable. Hannah Sattler then worked a 1-2-3 5th inning. Fugit added a double in the game and went 3 for 3 in the game and 4 for 6 with 3 extra base hits throughout the doubleheader. Parsons and Pruitt also had 2-hit games as the Mavs out-hit the Orediggers 9-3 in the nightcap. As a team, the Mavericks played errorless softball throughout the doubleheader. Taking a look at the game, two of the Lady Mavs recorded 3 home runs to Mines' 0 and had 3 strikeouts to their 4.
Now that we have recapped some of the games, it's time to announce our Maverick of the Week. Our Maverick of the Week goes to Josie Coffey. Josie won her 4th career Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference High Jump Championship, clearing 1.7 meters 5 feet 8 inches, just 1 centimeter off from her own school record, as the Maverick women's indoor track and field went 1-2 in the event while picking up a third place finish in the 400 meters and a school record time in the 400 meters. Highlights of the day for CMU, which finished a strong third in the final team standings at the 2024 Conference Championship. Congratulations, Josie, for your outstanding performance. You are our Maverick of the Week. We are now at the end of our show, and it is time for our closing statements. My closing thought is on the women's wrestling. The number 5 Colorado Mesa women's wrestling team had a banner day at the NCWWC Region 6 Championships. The Mavericks claimed the Region 6 team title for the second straight season as they amassed 221 points and held off Simon Fraser, who finished as the runner-up with 207 points. It's quite impressive.
It really is incredible. My closing thoughts are on the men's lacrosse team. This past weekend, they had their first RMAC game of the season and demolished Concordia University. It's a great way to kick off their season, and I can't wait to get more into their season as well as other spring sports.
I'm excited too. And now that we have wrapped up all the action from this week and given our closing thoughts, it is time to close the show. Thank you everyone so much for joining us this week on Maverick Postgame. I've been your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I've been Isaac Klein.
Be sure to go check out our channel, 62.2, for more games and updates. We'll catch you next week on an all-new recap-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. Stay safe, Mavs. Study hard. Go to a game or two. And of course, have yourselves a most amazing day.